2023 is littered with a variety of interesting looking horror games, a genre that has felt somewhat lacking in recent years with the surge of new games. It's only inevitable that some will fall to the wayside. The Bridge Course. Road to Salvation is the latest game within the Sparkfield genre that piqued my interest. Its rise to popularity is no doubt thanks to the droves of streamers that played it for their respective audience. Does the Bridge Course do something special, or does it get lost in the sea? Alright, this game was released this very August on the 24th and was developed by Taiwan Studio Software. There are quite a few interesting aspects attached to the game. For starters, it shares its name with the Taiwan's horror film released in 2020, and secondly that the game's core events revolve around real-world Taiwanese folklore. Perhaps the best part of this game is how it portrays the cultural differences like myth, religion, and spiritual beliefs. The narrative unfolds around 6 post-secondary students attending the prestige Tunghua University. Now I'm not even gonna attempt to say their names because just that together the group aims to put an age-old urban legend that taints the school's name to the test. A breach of campus and is said to be caused by a vengeful female spirit that is unleashed onto its victims when someone counts the steps of a nearby staircase at night. If the person counting the steps sees 14 instead of 13 and turns around, it's game over. Yeah, it sounds a little silly and much like the casted because despite the disappearance of several students in the past when attempting this very same summoning, these 6 stupid kids venture on to unleash the other world being. Why though this is the core of the narrative, not everything is as it seems among the group. Each person must play their part in uncovering the sinister past behind the haunting and prepare for an exorcism event. To end the chores once and for all, now I want to mention before I go any future that this game covers some really dark themes, not just by talking about them or implying them through story elements or imagery, but by straight up showing some incredibly dark scenes that will definitely be triggering to some of these themes. Consist of severe depressions, drug use, suicide, and sexual assault. I found that I'm often pretty resilient when it comes to topics like those, but man, one sense in particular in this game got to me. Now the setting is not all that amazing, and despite the game's short runtime, it quickly felt repetitive. Environments range from student dorms, classrooms, and outdoor areas. They connect the campus. It's hard for me to say that any really felt visually appealing, aside from a few more vivid scenes towards the game's ending. It does not help that the game's environments fall victim to just how much they are reused for backtracking, only to have one more door open that was not previously accessible. To obtain a pot item, it took me about 5.5 hours. To see the credits roll, and the game can probably be completed in as few as 3 or 4 hours, but I went off the beaten path to look for collectibles, which leads me to collectibles. Though they are social objects for players to pick up, I honestly cannot tell you what purpose any of them really served outside of the story. The only cool discovery I found was a supposed haunted vending machine that gave me a soda that's apparently really popular out there. You will often hear people complain about how some horror games overstay their welcome to their length. It's unfortunate then that the runtime really does not favor it all that much. A lot of its problems boil down to just how convoluted the story is. None of its 6 cast members gave me any reason to care about them. This game and its cast honestly reminded me of any team horror movie where death is easily avoidable if they just utilize something called common sense. What in fact the characters action range from stupid to just damn right and valuable. The decisions to have the short campaign unfold from each of the 6 characters' perspectives plainly does not help an already convoluted mess of a narrative. Given that you assume control of this broadcast, you would think that maybe they differ slightly from one another in the gameplay department, or that they offer a different perspective on the events taking place, but unfortunately does neither. There is no time to develop any real connections to any of the students because of just how frequently you will be swapping places. It does not help that they all seem to derive from all too familiar stereotypes that you would expect from a cheesy high school drama. We have the Joes, the nerd, the preppy girl, the bad boy, emo, and rebellious one, all of with a surprise level depth unless the player opts to road dog.